Pararan what you do blue. Pararan what you do blue.
Yeah, my people, another day don't should give for another strong interview. I deal with the man where not the pray. Since when they born me, I never see somebody who will say not they pray. Say not they pray to God, you know they pray to even devil. You know they pray to anything at all. He say in life, he just they wake up, he do his own thing. Say not believe in anything. So today we want to talk about spirituality and religion. Wait till you get to talk for that thing, because everybody for this life, they say now this thing they make them, they go forward. Either you dey into religion or you are spiritual. So I want to hear from your own point of view, what did this thing mean to Ram? Since you know they pray and you know they fast and you know they believe in God and you know believe in ghosts. You never believe in our juju, amadio, oko sisi, you understand? So I deal with one of my brother all the way from Ghana. Havana, Ghana man.
Charlie, cool things, my Ghanaian brother. Our African brother. Charlie, the system day inside of that.
Say
Boko. Now, so what you saying?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
You get one of this week. Afishapa.
I think come back to you. That is when the year goes to an end. There we say Afishapa because we are still the year is still fresh. So Afishapa is
okay,
some point. I think come back to you.
Correct.
Say Bia Boko there.
I know you that one again. No.
And Nigeria, for what you saying?
No, sir, I just see the land. I see the land. The sort is was just that the way the dollar they high for.
They high for Charlie.
So they won't carry.
They step for everywhere.
So now we'll go straight to the reason why we are here, because everybody want to know about this thing. So what be your view concerning spirituality and religion?
Spirituality and religion, they are like twin brothers. Better still, husband and wife or siblings. Okay, they move one on one. There's no difference between the two. That's my view concerning spirituality and then religion. As we progress, I will explain further.
So what is religion?
Well, religion is the belief and worship of a supernatural. So the spirituality is the supernatural. Okay, the assumption, the assuming that there is a supernatural, because there's no evidence of that. So religion is the belief and worship of that assumption. Okay, and so when we talk of religion, people want to say we have the organized religion. There's nothing like organized religion. Religion is religion, which is the belief and worship of the supernatural, and that supernatural is the spirituality. That is why I said spirituality and religion are like siblings or husband and wives. You can't separate the two. They go hand in hand.
Any difference there between spirituality and religion?
You see, there is not so much difference between these two concepts, because like I said, religion is the worship, the belief and worship of the supernatural. Okay, and so every religious person is spiritual, and then every spiritual person is religious, because it's what do you call it, hand in hand. They move together. So there's no so much difference between these two. So because without spirit or without religion, there's no spirituality. No, without spirituality, there's no religion. Okay, and so that spirituality led people or religious individuals to be spiritual, and so every spiritual person is religious, and every religious person is spiritual. It's hand in hand. There's no difference between the two.
Okay, so the two things, they work together.
They move together. People are trying to separate them, but they are inseparable. You can't separate the two.
Yeah. So now, a lot of people, they say, the reason why we get a lot of problem in Africa, they say because of this religion where we borrow from the foreign land, which is the Christianity and the Islam. So now, people, they say, we'll go back to our forefather religion, like all those Amadia, Okosisi, Shango, Ogu, Ogbori, all those kind of things. So what would be your view for that thing, what people they talk about?
You see, let me tell you one thing about religion. Religion is like a football. It's like a football. In the field of play, we have about 22 players playing the same ball, and they are in different jerseys. They bear different names. On the field of play, it is allowed to foul themselves. We have a referee that will referee and say it's red card or yellow card or whatever it is. It is allowed. But once you pick the ball, they all come fighting you. The call for Africans to go back to their spirituality, that's not the solution. Okay? The reason why I think that is not the solution is that religion is the same. They are all doing the same thing. Like I said, religion is the belief and then the worship of the unseen. Let's ask ourselves, Christianity, do they believe in God? They do. African religion, do they believe in God? They do. Christianity, do they believe a place after life? They do. Our ancestors, do they believe in a place after life? They do. So eventually, what are they accusing themselves of? It's just the methods and the procedures that are different. Because the Christian religion, they go through Jesus Christ. And then the African religion, they go through our ancestors. Okay? And our ancestors are our forefathers who are no more. Sometimes even the Christians also accused African leaders or African tradition as people who worship ancestors. But then you ask them, is Jesus Christ alive or is dead? He's also dead. Even though in the books they say he is dead and he's arose again, but there's no evidence of Jesus Christ anywhere. So Jesus Christ is also an ancestor. Okay, so our forefathers go through the ancestors, and then the Christians go through Jesus Christ, who is also an ancestor. And so
Abraham,
all of them are all ancestors because they are all not alive. There's no evidence of them living anywhere. So eventually they are all doing similar thing. But then religion, as I keep saying, they keep accusing one another, which is allowed. Like I said, in the field of play, it is allowed to foul the other player. It is allowed to accuse themselves. But when you pick the ball, they all come fighting against you. So people like us who want to pick the ball, we are a threat to both all other religions. Because what I am saying is that it is a time for us to replace religion. Be it African religion, Western religion, whatever religion it is, we don't need religion. We need humanity. You get me right? And so the call for us to go back to the African religion is not the right call because it has its own challenges. For those of us who have an idea of what it is, we have a field of the shrine. We've lived, we know what goes on there. We know the mental distortion, the manipulation system that goes on in the shrine. And the entire system also enslaves the mind. And so anything that takes away our mind from us to something else is mental slavery. And so as we are calling, a majority of the Africans are now calling for the Africans to go back to the African tradition, it is not the right direction. Not at all, because they are all doing the same thing.
Okay. So now, if you claim, say, we not go back to Africa spirituality, like our normal religion, say it's normal thing is the same. But some people, they claim, say, they get testimony of things where our ancestors don't do, like this, spirituality things, ritual where they do, where work for them. Yeah. So what do you get to talk with those people? You tell them.
You see, all these things has to do with experience and knowledge, the knowledge that human beings have acquired. That I hear of these testimonies that people say, oh, they've gone to the spiritual man to perform rituals and they've gotten their own results. That's the reason why they believe in these things. You see, there's one popular quote of mine that I have always been repeating over and over anytime I've been interviewed, that in the absence of humanity, everything is meaningless. Whatever that people get from going to these places is being done by human beings, not anything. So when I say in the absence of humanity, everything is meaningless, it means that human beings are at the center of everything. For instance, these are two phones. If I want to achieve anything with this two phones, I have to operate the phone, no matter how special or no matter how the gadget is so sophisticated, I have to operate the phone. And without me operating this phone, nothing will happen. So whatever they go there to do, it is humans that are putting their experiences together to conjure things, make things out of things, for things to happen. It is not any spirit. It is not nothing, but human beings are at the center of everything. So all the testimonies that people talk about, they've gone to see a spiritualist, this and that happen. In the absence of humanity, everything is meaningless. Let me tell you one thing. You see, for instance, people who go for money rituals, that they are going to take money from a spiritualist. And I ask them, you go to them and they demand for the real money from, they charge you, they don't do it for free. Somebody who is giving you money, spiritual money, is charging you for the service that you are rendering. And as a matter of fact, that person lives on the money that he takes from people. Why won't he depend on his own money? So all these things, we just need a bit of critical thinking to know that the whole system is manipulation, just to extort. You see, the whole religious system is manipulation, just to extort from people, put fear in you, and once you are engulfed with fear, you lose your sense of reasoning. They extort from you. And so it's about extortion and manipulations, just to control the system and control the weak minds. And these things have sat on the minds of Africans for long. And so if indeed Africa want to liberate themselves, we must liberate ourselves from religion. Yes. So that we go into critical thinking, generational thinking mindset. Because come what may, whether spiritual or not spiritual, we are all dying. And then we are leaving behind a posterity that is coming after us. So for how long we'll continue to do these spiritual things, religion, spirituality, religion, spiritual, whilst we have a continent to build. And building a continent is not by spirituality, it's by a good sense of reasoning. We are reasoning beings, we are not spiritual beings. We are reasoning beings. Because in everything that we do is by the sense of reasoning. And so if our sense of reasoning is corrupted, regardless of what we claim to be the most spiritual person, nothing will happen. It's about our sense of reasoning, the way we engage good sense of reasoning that will give us that result. And so we should be proactive, we should be generational thinkers, we should be critical thinkers, and focus on posterity than this spiritual stuffs. And we've gone to see these spiritualists, it's just confusion and manipulations.
Wow. So now, what you say, more not go to religion, more not go spiritual. So what do you want to tell us now so that we'll take replace religion and spiritual? Since you say spirituality is not good, religion is not good. So what will take replace these two things now? Since the two are the same one.
You see, I'll repeat it and over again. Humanity is everything. In the absence of humanity, everything is meaningless. Spirituality, this is how I define spirituality. It is an assumption based on things beyond human imagination. It is a foundation of religion through which religious minds interpret life. But everything is based on assumption, no evidence. And so to replace spirituality and this religion and spirituality, like I said, they are all the same thing. So to replace them, we must replace them with humanity, scientific knowledge, humanity and scientific knowledge. Because I said it before, even scientific knowledge without humanity is like a full-loaded gun in the hands of a fool. Can do anything with it. And so we must replace these things with humanity. Once humanity takes the center stage, my brother, all our challenges are solved. We don't need spirituality, we don't need religion, we need humanity, good sense of reasoning to be able to engage in that collective reasoning and create that conducive environment for ourselves. Because whether spiritual or not spiritual, we all need a conducive environment to function as human beings. Because one, we are not here to worship. We are not here to worship. We are here to live and live a good life. So spirituality promises a better life after life, which doesn't make sense. I'll take it again. Spirituality promises a better life after life. Religion promises a better life after life. It doesn't make sense. There is no evidence of afterlife. It is only an assumption. And so the more we keep clinging on afterlife, we are making a fool out of ourselves, because we need a better life here. Even from a Christian perspective, in heaven, they are not going to marry. So that means that, excuse me, there's no fuck in heaven. And no, you know, you get me right, that thing is sweet. As a man, don't you like it?
But Muslim, they get virgin.
Oh, for them, the X is better, they get virgin.
So, I understand now. Like, nah, that's how it goes. I'll do it. You get the point now. Sorry for you.
You see, better life is here. We are supposed to live better life here. We are not here to worship. We are here to live. And for us to live and live to the highest degree, we must engage our sense of reasoning to create that conducive environment for ourselves to live happily. Because whether we like it or not, we will die. And when we die, posterity is coming to take over. And so it has always been. And sometimes I don't know, human beings think that we are going to live forever, so we just think about ourselves, but we must be more focused on posterity. We don't live for ourselves, we live for posterity. Okay, and so for us, especially Africans, this message goes to us. For us to be able to liberate ourselves, to get that mental freedom, we need to trash away all forms of religion, be it spirituality, whatever it is. We need to trash all this and engage good sense of reasoning, and embrace scientific knowledge. These are the things that can make us progress. These are things that can liberate us from mental slavery. These are the things that can free us from ourselves. Because as it is now, the only people we can fight as Africans is ourselves. The only people we can fight now on this planet is ourselves.
We not get bombed.
The only people we can fight is ourselves. The only people we can
not even fight, if not quarry.
It's ourselves. We can't boast of anything. The only thing we can boast of is our knowledge in religion. Speak to any African about religious matters. I'm telling you.
Smart come outside. There no Jesus Christ, no Allah.
Even the person have not stepped his foot in a classroom before. Religion as for religion. Oh, the person can say a lot of things. Allah, Jesus Christ, quote left and right. That's all. That's all we can do. So all we can boast of is religion and spirituality. No, and we can't blame ourselves for it, because I keep saying the cheapest knowledge being given to us on a silver platter is religious knowledge. So everybody can talk about religion, but when it comes to scientific knowledge, we have no idea. So we intend to interpret life from religious perspective, not scientific perspective. So everything want to read spirituality to it, and so this has also made us so superstitious. Our minds are so superstitious. We want to read unnecessary meanings to everything. There are things we need to think critically. What actually causes this? You analyze it, you observe it, you dissect it, you bisect it, you think about it, then you'll be able to draw a scientific conclusion that this might be the cause. But Africans don't have such mindset. Everything is about spirituality. Everything we are reading meaning to it. We are so superstitious to the nonsense degree, and all these things are affecting the brain. And the more we inherited this ignorance from our predecessors, and we are also at the verge of transferring it to the younger generation, and we need to speak against it so that these things will come to an end, for the Africans to be able to liberate themselves scientifically. We need to push the religion aside, because I keep saying, even in the last interview I said it, that you see, the Europeans are still holding on to religion. I said it over and over again, but they prioritize scientific knowledge over religious knowledge. The reason why they are investing in research centers, they into science and technology. But Africa is running a religious economy, and we are paying so much attention to religious stuff. And anytime we want to do anything concerning religion, they are also ready to support us. Why are they not helping us to build research centers? But when it comes to religion, like we are building what they call a cathedral and those stuff, they will push in money because it makes the mind sleep. It cages you. You can't think for yourself. So they like it. When we are into religion stuff, sometimes we behave as if even the religion that we inherited from them, we behave as if we even know the scriptures more than them. We condemn them. Everything that comes from them. The Europeans are satanic. We, the Africans, even sometimes nowadays the Africans are even claiming the Bible for themselves. They are claiming the Bible for themselves. You can think about that. Africans are not claiming the Bible for themselves, that the Bible is for them. All the stories in there is for them. It doesn't make sense. And so, for me, I will stand on every platform and say this, that we need to trash out religion completely and embrace humanity and engage collective reasoning, good sense of reasoning to address our challenges, because everything boils down to reasoning. Everything boils down. Call me, bring in any spiritual person, let me ask you whether if you engage reasoning or not. Every spiritual person who claims they are powerful, they all engage reasoning. Because when you wake up a day and you don't engage your sense of reasoning, my brother, you are doomed. The studio in which we are now, if we don't engage our sense of reasoning, we are doomed.
No, we're not use spirituality to build down.
It's reasoning. You get me right. So we need to let African, especially the youth, understand this. I don't know. This wind is blowing. People calling on the youth to trash away Islam and Christianity and go back to look, when you go deep into some of our histories, and even now there are weird practices regarding this African spirituality that beats imagination. Do you know that there are some towns in Africa you can't give birth to albino and go free? You can't give birth to twins and go free. There are some times now in some traditions, in African traditions, you can't give birth to twins in certain areas and go free. You can't give birth to albino and go free. They'll sacrifice them. I'm telling you. And this is what people are calling us to go back to. This is what people are calling us to go back to. Yeah. There are some places now, if a chief dies, they have to slaughter one human being and bury the person with the chief. Is this what people are calling us to go back to? In this era of scientific era? No. There are some places now, if in some cultures now, regarding African spirituality, if women go through their normal monthly cycle, they have to stay out of the house for some time. Yes, gone were those days that we will say that, okay, they were not scientifically inclined, so they were doing that for health purposes. Now that we have the pad and other things that the women can use to control themselves, now, when women go through that monthly cycle, they have to stay out of the house for 7 days, or so for some days, go through some rituals before they are welcome back. Is this what people are calling us to go back to? No. This primitive, this barbaric. We don't need these things. People are trying to paint the picture about African spirituality as if it is the nicest that we have to go back to. Without it, we cannot survive. If Africa want to rebuild again, we have to go back. Then I ask them, where was African spirituality when the European came to conquer us? Where was it? That was when we were practicing that also, and it was so powerful, so wonderful. Where was that power when the European came to use their mind to conquer us? They use their mind. I said the guys, they only use their mind. They use mind, their mind to enslave us. You get me right? One of these days, I think we need to visit the Cape Coast Castle and then listen to the history yourself. And you marvel. And all these things are being done, but the guys use their mind. They discovered their mind. They use it against us. And then we are calling our people, instead of us to engage, embrace scientific knowledge, embrace our humanity, put our tribal differences aside, our religious differences aside, and then come together as human beings and engage our sense of reasoning. We are calling people to let go of Islam and Christianity and go back to African spirituality. For what? What are we going to do there? They are the same thing, the same football. They are all playing the same ball. They are only accusing themselves for nothing. And religion is good at that. Let's accuse ourselves. You are bad. You are also bad. They are all accusing themselves. They are good at it, but take the ball out. They all come fighting you. So anytime you allow religious people to debate, you see them with wonderful points just to break each other down. But go and attack religion itself. They'll come together and they'll fight you. That's how the system is. And it is happening so because there are people who also feel that this new knowledge of humanity and trashing religion aside undermines people intelligent. Because people also feel that we've lived with this belief for all this while. This is the most oldest concept. Religious concept is one of the most oldest concepts that human beings created and passed on from generation to generation. And now somebody wakes up and says we should trash these things out. It's like, so we've been fooled for all these years? No. So even though the guy is right, we won't take it. We will die in our foolishness. We will die in our foolishness.
So now, some of us see they do all these ritual for our ancestors, like this. You understand? So what will be the danger?
You see, the danger in getting ourselves involved in some of this spiritual thing is that it weakens the mind. It weakens the mind, number one. Two, it destroyed our generational thinking mindset. As I said, we are not here to worship, but to live. And once you have that sense of living, it opens your mind to the challenges that you have. So you will be more focused on addressing the challenge, the difficulties that we have, so that we'll be able to create that conducive environment for ourselves. But the more we engage in this spiritual styles now, it also strengthens selfishness. It promotes selfishness. People want to be so powerful. They are moving from one shrine to the other shrine. What are they doing? They are going to seek for power. They are seeking for power. But ask yourself, your great-grandfathers sought for power. Today, where are they? They died. The power couldn't help them to live forever. They died. So why? And we refuse to learn from the past. We hear stories of people who are like, hey, this my grandfather could stand, they shot him and he or she didn't die. They caught him with cutlass and all this thing. He could vanish from one town to the other. Where is he now? Where is that grandfather? Where is he now? He is gone. He is equally gone like the other colleagues who were living there who didn't have all these powers. Some of them even lived longer than this so-called powerful men who use charm and other things. They are all dead and gone. And so if you want to follow spirituality, it damages our mental strength. Okay, it enslaves the mind. It also distorts good sense of reasoning, because once the mind is in that bottle, we will not be able to reason for ourselves as human beings, because I said we are not spiritual beings, we are reasoning beings. And one thing that separates us from animals, okay, is our good sense of reasoning. I did not mean that we are equal, not spirituality. We are equally animals. Okay, the only thing that separates us from animals is our good sense of reasoning. And so we can reason better than animals. And it's out of reasoning, mental evolution, that has brought us to where we are. And I keep saying it will get better. It's getting better gradually. But our deliberate refusal to accept good messages like this is delaying the process. If humans will accept messages like this, twinkle of an eye, we'll set things down, we'll enjoy life better before we die. But what we are doing, refusing to accept messages like this, we are putting ourselves in cage. So what will happen is that posterity will come and accept these messages and make life better for themselves. And they will live better life than us. But where we are now, we need to trash out all this religion. And those people that are involved, no, you are only enslaving yourself. You are only fighting against your own sense of reasoning. And so to be at the safer place, and you are also allowing yourself to be manipulated. You allow yourself, once you are roaming on this spiritualist, you are allowing yourself to be manipulated. They will tell you anything. They'll put fear in you. You sleep, you can't sleep peacefully. I keep telling people that until I left religion and trash away superstition, then understand what it means to have a free mindset. Then understand how it means to enjoy your sleep, to sleep like a baby and wake up like a baby. You will not feel it, you will not understand until you experience it. What is a mental freedom? To have a mental freedom, try it and then you see how it feels like. If not, people are just allowing themselves to be manipulated left and right, to be controlled, and so they don't have sense of reasoning for themselves. They can't do anything by themselves. So I will not advise that new trend that people should go back to African spirituality. Is complete waste of time.
Okay, so now what about what do you want now make we do now to religion and spirituality?
The best we can do is to speak against those of us who have the courage. Let us not be afraid. Let's speak against it. Let's stand tall and let people understand the dangers around it. Let's project and let's promote humanity. Because at the end of the day, we are human beings. Okay, scientifically, we have been, these living things has been grouped.
No, now when you talk humanity, you know, say this one maybe na first time when some people they see you.
Yeah.
So before you come back to what they talk,
yeah,
explain the humanity where you want more come to. You said
okay,
spirituality
yeah.
and
okay.
Religion.
When we talk about humanity, humanity is me, you, yes, others. So one person said, I don't know who said that. He said, without religion, human beings can be good or bad. But it takes only religion for a good person to become bad. I don't know who said that, but that's very wonderful. Think about it. Without religion, human beings can be good or bad. But it takes only religion for a good person to become bad. So if we are not talking against religion, and I keep saying it, anybody that is seeking for the betterment of humanity, anybody that has that thing that, no, things needs to change, or seeking the unification of the human race, must speak against religion. The human race can never unite based on religious concept. Never. You know why? There are some people, they will never become Muslims. There are some Christians, they will never become Muslims. And there are some Muslims, they will never become Christians. And so when are you expecting these two people to come to be united? Whilst there are various religious books forbid them of coming together. From the Christian perspective, they tell, do not be yoked with unbelievers. Do not be yoked with unbelievers. And funny enough, there's this organization also, they call them interfaith. Yes. Okay, trying to say, okay, we came to meet religion, so what can we do? let's accept that human beings are naturally religious. So Christians can marry the Muslim, or let's live together. You see, people are afraid to hold the bull by the horn. I tell those people with that belief, there are various manuals. Okay, Christian, their manual is Bible. Islam, their manual is Quran. Forbids them. So question the God. They are afraid to question that God. The God has an issue. The God that they worship has an issue. And so because they are afraid to question this thing, they want to design a way that is against their manual. Because the Bible says, do not be yoked with unbelievers. So if you are talking about interfaith, is it going by the teaching of the Bible? Interfaith, is it going by the teaching of the Bible? The Bible made it straight. Don't be yoked with unbelievers. So when you are a believer, and now you want to accept the standard, and you are talking about interfaith, quote from your Bible, quote from your Quran, that support that interfaith that you are talking about. So we have gotten to the crossroad where we have to trash religion aside. Let's be bold and trash it aside. Let's be bold and trash the God aside and accept our humanity. This is what people are finding difficult to accept. They'll throw all kind of insults or bad wishes against you. But you see,
because of your generation, everything.
But posterity will come and embrace this message. But if Africa want to progress, this is the message for them. There's no other way. There's no other way.
So before we go, so what will be your next advice to my viewers where they watch you now?
This advice goes to every human being, especially to Africans. Are you tired of the manipulations? Are you tired of the slavery mindset? Are you tired of the poverty? Are you tired of the challenges? Are you concerned that across the group we are the only person or the only people that are not respected anywhere? African, we are the only people that are not respected anywhere. That these things ring a bell in your mind. If you are tired of all these things, please, let's embrace humanity over religious concept. Let's embrace ourselves. Let's promote humanity over religious concepts. Let's promote humanity over God. All we need is ourselves. There is no savior outside humanity. We are the saviors of ourselves. If we protect ourselves, there is no Satan strong enough to come between us. If we neglect ourselves, there is no God powerful enough to rescue us from ourselves. In the absence of humanity, everything is meaningless. That is all my message and advice. And especially the young ones that are educated, please. You are educated for a reason. To be able to engage in good sense of reasoning. To be able to engage in critical thinking. That is why you are educated. But if upon all the education you are still holding on to an old age concept like religion, then there's a question mark on your education. Because religion came at a time when the human mind was below belt. Our mental faculties were weak. That was when religion was discovered. And now that we are in the scientific era, that we can scientifically question the universe, draw conclusions, and as an educated person, we are still holding on to an old age religion, then there's a question mark on your religion. So I speak to all young ones of Africa, all educated people. And excuse my word, those who hold PhD. You hold PhD and you are defending religion? Those of you who have gone to that level, for my understanding, you are supposed to come out with an idea, a new idea to run the universe. And after your PhD, you are still holding on to religion. After your PhD, you cannot question God. You cannot question your religion. Then please go and check your degree again. We need to work on our mental faculties. And let's stop being proud of those certificates and begin to engage good sense of reasoning. And for me to end, we are not spiritual beings. We are reasoning beings. Let's engage our good sense of reasoning and everything will be all right with us. Thank you.
Okay. So my people, I don't hear from my guy. The only man we know they pray. You know they will do, you know they try. If the place dark self, you know they say, Jesus, go with me. I cannot go alone. No, I don't meet so. What you need is in our humanity. So because if you love your brothers, you know, so Ghana, they say brothers. So if you love your brothers, it's all these things we will pass through. We not do. All these politicians with the thief, they're not good thief. But religion, they made them, you understand now, they go tell God, say, oh, forgive me, oh, forgive me. Now they make things, they do so. So before we go, it gets so kind, you understand, concoctious ways they say, you understand now, so humanity. So anywhere where you dey, it go ship and God give you. Understanding now, if you do you dey Africa, anywhere you dey, I go put a number there, everything, I'll call her. you go bring us. So what be the taste what you say so?
This sesame seeds products, as usual, the universe is a force, and all the plants that we have also carried medicinal purpose. It's a force, yeah. The universe is a force. No, not spiritual force, scientific force.
We don't indulge the one our spirituality.
No, not at all. It's a force. A force is energy, which means that everything we see or not see carries energy. So the plant also carries energy, and so when you have an idea of the kind of energy that they carry, then you can use it to address the challenges you want to use it for. So sesame seeds is good for the eyesight. Yeah, for the eye. It goes for the skin. It contains what we call lecithin. That makes the skin beautiful. The nails grow beautiful. It's good for the bones. Those who are suffering from osteoporosis, which is the weakness of the bone. When the bone, in the absence of calcium and iron, it makes the bones become weak.
I mean calcium fixations.
Thank you very much. And then for sexual performance, both men and females, good for sexual performance. When you eat sesame seeds, exactly.
Meaning say we go if you use that bono or white.
Exactly.
I break it down.
It's also for
dagger.
Retentive memory for children.
So the dagger weight, not the hurry.
I believe. Oh, you like that aspect, right?
The dagger so now for only me or both female.
Oh, both male and female.
So you take and quick come.
Oh, Charlie, no go quick come.
Okay.
And then it go make that desire for the thing also increase. You get me right. And then for retentive memory. Oh, very organic.
No
very
side.
No. It's a touch of humanity. Touch of humanity. Okay.
Humanity.
It's a touch of humanity. And it's also good for retentive memory for kids. It sharpens the brain.
Okay, only small children they give them at the shop so that
seriously so that they can be sharp. And it's good for pregnant women and for nursing mothers because it provides a lot of breast milk. When a nursing mother takes this,
only these seeds they do everything.
Oh, I'm telling you. Those who are doubting it can even Google. Just Google. Because of Google, we don't lie.
So what is the name again?
Sesame seeds. SESAME.
So only this one you can
we have also sesame cereal mix. Sesame cereal mix. This a mixture of sesame seeds, soya beans, flax seeds, peanut, millet for porridge or apeprensa.
So what do you do?
Oh, the same thing. It boosts the immune system, just like because they are all sesame seed based products. Okay. Then this.
Put that here. Put that on top.
This is the two that I have here. Let me see this one. Let me bring this one. This one is the roasted, but this one has no label. This is how the roasted is. You chew it directly. All this one are chewable.
Okay, you just chew them like that.
You just chew them like that,
so
like peanut. Oh, you just open this one and you start chewing.
So if I chew them, how many minutes before the organic system for the lashing?
This is a food. If your system responds to it very fast, even this evening you start feeling that something has changed. That is almond. That's date.
So
date. Oh, chop is sweet. It tastes like sugar. Date.
So all of them together.
And then we have raisins that we use for bakery. And then we have flax seeds. And then we have sunflower seeds. So that's the sesame mixture of 6 seeds. Very powerful.
How many spoons I will eat before the mash?
Oh, I can see you like the mash so much. And so you always want to know how.
I don't see flour already.
By this evening, you see change.
Wait, this evening?
By this evening, I'm telling you, you see change. But this is food. This is not medicine. This is food. Yeah, this is food. It is food. That's all this is. So you have to eat it every day. Once you do that, it's strengthening your immune system. It gives you. Come again.
Not be automatic.
Not be automatic. You have to be on it. It's food. Just like we wake up every day, we take water. We wake up every day, we eat. These are food product. Okay, that has medicinal purposes.
So now your number the screen. So if you need that, call them and tell them your Facebook handle and your Instagram.
On Instagram, Ghana_1. On Instagram, Ghana_1. My TikTok is Sikaman. Facebook, Nelson Selassi. I'm on Nelson Selassi more than Ghanaman. But when you type Ghanaman with the costume, I'm there. Always talking about patriotism, humanity, and speaking against religion. And so follow, come on board.
So
let's change our world.
Share your number.
My number is +22 244 937 862 plus 22 24 937 862. That is my number.
Yeah.
Better still, once you are following Pararan Mock News, when you need Ghanaman through Pararan, you can get to Ghanaman.
So now don't hear now. So if you need this thing, call on. So my people, I hear what they stop. I don't really hear what they talk. I understand now. So I want to go test this thing. Make I see I big guy. You know what I mean now? I get mashed. Hey, okay. Hey, people go die. Oh, no. Call time out to go fire down.
Pararan weki kwa what you do blue. Pararan weki kwa what you do blue. Umire richo woko ya urobo.
Pararan weki kwa what you do blue.
Umi organizo woko ya urobo.
Pararan weki kwa what you do blue.
Urobo ubuko wa data state ubuko.
Pararan weki kwa what you do blue.
Nigeria ubuko wa Africa ubuko wa.
Pararan weki kwa what you do blue.
Eman urobore nako aye ubuko wa.
Pararan weki kwa what you do blue.
Amaragbe moso what you do blue ayo.
Pararan weki kwa what you do blue.